Hey folks, Doomed Wizard here. Superhero comics have been around since the late 1930s. And since about 2008, the superhero genre has dominated movies and TV. And considering the superhero aesthetic of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, the question begs, why aren't superhero role-playing games as popular as Dungeons and Dragons? I have a theory. Since the early days of D&D, role-playing games for the most part focus on exploration. Unless you're playing a group of superheroes like the Fantastic Four, exploration wouldn't exactly be the focus of the heroes. But the Fantastic Four also focuses on themes such as family. There is so much more to playing superheroes than the adventure at hand. Things like origin stories, subplots, teamwork, and supporting characters, just to name a few. It can all seem too daunting for players and game masters alike. So, I'm going to be doing a loose series of videos to help make playing and running superhero games a little less daunting. And maybe even add a little flavor to your game in a series I'm calling Super Ideas. Keep in mind, these suggestions aren't specific to any one rule system. And full disclosure, not all the ideas that I'll be covering in this series are going to be tried and true. Some are just theories. So that's where you all come in. Feel free to chime in with your thoughts and experiences below. And while you're down there, don't forget to do all the YouTube things like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that little bell icon so you don't miss a single video. So for the first episode, I thought I'd start at the top, literally, with naming your character. And it all started with a meme I found some time ago, but more on that in a minute. Coming up with a character's name can be daunting enough when there's just one, but typically superheroes have two. Their code name, and their secret identity. To be clear, code names are names like Batman, Spider-Man, Black Canary, and so on. Secret identities, however, are names like Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, Peter Parker, etc. A lot of times, naming a character is one of the last things the player does, but I propose you do the opposite. This works well, especially if you're not randomly generating your character's powers through something like dice rolls. If your powers are on a point-buy system or something other than random determination, coming up with your character's code name can help you choose your powers. And coming up with a code name can help you come up with a theme, which makes it easier to choose your powers. Or, if you're playing a system like Mighty Protectors, with the option to randomly roll for powers, then discard one or two of them that don't fit in with the rest. I've noticed that players with little experience playing superhero games, or who aren't particularly fans of the movie genre, or don't really read comics, struggle with code names. That's where this name generator meme comes in handy. And there's no shortage of memes like it on the internet, but since this was the first one I was ever exposed to, I'm using it as an example. GMs, have your players use their first and last name to create a possible code name. They might be put off by the idea at first, but with the names on this generator, they should get a pretty good idea for a theme for their character. Take the Stranger Things kids, for example. Mike Wheeler could be Professor Brain, a super genius like Reed Richards, or a telepath like Professor X. Dustin Henderson could be the Skull, a name that conjures up images of an anti-hero, like the Punisher maybe. Lucas Sinclair would be Ghostbot, maybe a guy like No Man from Thunder Agents. And Will Byers could be Ultra Turbo, a speed-based hero like Impulse or Kid Flash, for instance. You get the idea. Like I said earlier, there are plenty of name generators out there, but I went ahead and converted this one to a file you can download in the description below. I even added a die roll option for it, in case you have two players with the same initials or just want to give that a try. As I demonstrated with the Stranger Things kids, once you have a name, it's easier to visualize the character you're creating, and thus choose your powers. That gives me an idea. If you're a fan of my videos, you know how much I love superheroes. And you've probably seen the videos where I've hacked the basic fantasy role-playing game to create such superheroes as the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. Why not use this meme to generate a name for yourself and put it in the comments? If I see a few I really like, maybe I'll make a video where I create a team based on your results. If that's something you'd like to see, let me know. Or would you like to see what I would do with the Stranger Things kids? As I said in the beginning of this video, I plan on making this a loose series. I have a lot of other game-related videos planned, including a review of one of my favorite modules, which you may have heard me mention from time to time. Well, I don't want to get too carried away with this video, so I'm going to wrap up for now. As always, thanks for watching.